Hi there and good evening. Welcome to the ActivTrades platform walkthrough. I am Joe Pelley. I'm an account manager in our London office, and I'm going to be showing you around our fancy new platform today. Before we get started, I'm just going to advise that you read the risk warning on the screen in front of you, and then we'll proceed with the webinar. So now we're going to look at the features of the new ActivTrader platform here. So we'll start from the left and move into the right-hand side. So on the left-hand side, you can see the pre-populated watch lists. We have some of the major indices. You can also look into different asset classes such as FX, shares, and also you can create your own watch list. Here we have it in the compact view. However, if you want to see more about the chart, you can always click edit there and click for the extended view to see a bit more about the market, including the highs and lows of the day. Switching back to compact, we can click done and we can create our own watch list. So how do we add an instrument? Simply go down here. Let's say we're looking at commodity, so gold. We can then select gold. When it's selected, we move back up to the top and simply click done. And then this asset is available for us in our side panel. What we can do from the side panel, we can right click, we can launch a new order ticket, we can open the chart as you see on the right hand side, we can see if we've got any open positions. We can also check out the symbol specifications, which tells you about the contract size, the volumes, and also the trading hours and the swap rates. If you wish to minimize the left-hand panel, what you can do is click this banner there, and then that hides it so that you get your full chart view. At the top, we have our account balances. So you see the equity on your account, the account value. You see the amount of funds you've got available to deal. Invested funds is the margin amount, and we'll come back to this later. And the result is what would happen to your account balance if you would close a trade either in profit or loss. Again, we'll come back to that later when we have running trades. So for now, we can go on to the gold market here. We can open up the new order ticket from our watch list there. Actually, let's do a FTSE trade. So if we go on to indices, cash indices, and then we can select the UK 100 there. So what we can do here, we have buy or sell at the top, and we're going to place a market order looking at limit and stop order options after this. What we can do, we can simply select to buy one lot. This slider would tell us what margin we require, and we can see versus our available funds if we're going to be able to do this trade or not. If we'd like to add a take profit and a stop loss order to this, simply select to toggle on, and you can see from these three dots there, you get an option whether you would like to have an amount, so a target goal of, let's say, £100. If you want to select your take profit in pips or points, you can also put that in, let's say 50 points away, or you can select a price level. Let's say we want to trade the FTSE long until it reaches 8,000 there. For this one, I'm trading at one lot, £1 per point, and I want to make a £50 profit. I will put in the amount, I will click off, and it will tell me exactly what price level that's going to be at and the distance away from the current price. Stop losses are important for risk management. So what we'll do here is we will toggle on the stop loss button. Again, we get the same options that we did with the take profit order earlier. So what I'm going to do, I know that I'm looking to make £50. I decide on this one, I'm willing to risk £25. So I want a 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio. Pop that in there. You can also see market sentiment at the bottom of the deal ticket. So 57% of ActivTrades clients who have a position on this market are currently long versus 43 short. When you're happy with everything on your deal ticket, you can simply place the order. You'll get a chance to confirm your order as well. And we're going to place that buy order. Now we can see in the top right the amount of available funds has dropped by the margin amount, which we now see in invested funds. And we see the profit and loss factors into the results on the account. So if we close the trade right now, we will lose 76 pence. What we can do is we can manage our positions from the below panel here. And now we see our trade is here on the UK 100. With this panel open, you can also open a new order via this ticket here. It gives you your frequently traded markets. So let's look at placing another FTSE trade just to show you about the hedging mechanism that's available on the ActivTrader platform. So we're going to open the ticket. This time, we're going to go short. So what we could do here is place a limit or a stop loss. So a limit order is when you want to buy at a lower price or sell at a higher price. So if we're looking to buy here, a one lot trade to add on to our existing position, we can select limit and we can simply select a price level that is lower than the current amount. Let's say we expect the market might fall 20 points or so. We can put it down to 77.20, click off the ticket, and our price level is there. Same as before, we can select to add a take profit or stop loss and also a trailing stop onto that. Stop order will only accept the order if it's at a worse price. So this is a momentum trading strategy. So let's say that we expect the FTSE to break out of its current range. We believe that breakout will happen at 7,800. We can put an order into the market there to buy the FTSE one lot when we get to 7,800. We can also select an expiry date on here. Let's say we only want it good until Friday. If it's not filled by Friday, that order will be cancelled. Okay. We can now click place order, and this will go into our pending orders section. So now we see we have one order on the FTSE 100 pending and one position currently long on the FTSE 100. Going back to the FTSE once more to showcase the hedging mechanism, we can open a long and short position at the same time if we wish to using the platform. So what we can do here, we're already long one lot. Let's say temporarily our market sentiment changes. We actually want to go short the market instead of long. We can simply select to sell. We're more aggressive on the short side than we are the long. You can also have take profits and stop losses, but it's not necessary for this type of operation. If you're happy, click place order. And as you can see, we now have short FTSE trade, 2 lots, at the same time as we have a long FTSE trade of 1 lot. So how do we come to closing the trades? There's different ways to close your trades and orders. First, let's start by cancelling this other order. So we'll go to the orders tab. We'll be able to click the X and it will ask you to confirm if you want to delete the order. We do. So we'll get rid of it and we see the confirmation in the top right as well. No pending orders. We can click this blue button should we want to start a new one. If we go back to the positions tab there, we have our short 2 lot trade and a long 1 lot trade. So what happens if we decide that we want to just have our net exposure on the account? Well, what we can do is we can look at the options here. So we can choose to sell again on the short position, modify the position, partially close the position, close the position altogether, or we can look into an option that's specific to ActivTrades, which would allow us to net the positions. So let's go through each one. So modifying the position will allow us to add a take profit level if we wish, stop loss level if we wish, and if we decide we want to close the position, we can actually partially close using the slider to alleviate margin. We could sell short again, and that will open the deal ticket exactly the same as done before. We can place the order if we wish to. is another quick way to get to partially close, and it will open up the slider again, so we can modify the position. We can close the position altogether, or we can close by netting. So because we have two positions on the same market, you can simply select. If you have more positions, you'll be able to select some of those positions and not others, or you can net your total exposure here. So because we're short 2 lots and long 1 lot, what we can choose to do is net this all, and it will create a new position of our aggregate exposure. So we're now just short 1 lot on the UK 100, the FTSE market here. If we now focus on the charting available with the package, we can minimize this section down here and focus on the tools that are within the platform. First of all, if you'd like to change the mountain layout to traditional candlesticks, we can look at this section here. We select candles. We're back to a more traditional trading setup here. If we would like to change the market we're looking at, you can simply type in UK 100 if you want to get to the FTSE UK 100 index. Click on that. We're also able to see our position within there. Something that we can do when we have a position is create a stop loss or take profit from the chart. What do we do here? We simply click and drag the level here. So we're trying to meet the top of that candle that we've seen met earlier in the day. With the stop loss, we can also make that. Oh, it's my mistake. Because it's a short trade, our take profit should be down here. And our stop loss could be just past here. Now our position's modified. We can get rid of these as soon as we want by clicking once there, twice there. We can also go to close the position from the chart, and now our exposure is completely flat. Other things you can do with the charting package with ActivTrader is use the drawing tools for your own analysis. Let's say, for example, that you want to measure a certain distance. So let's say we're looking at the FTSE over the past month using the time frames from TradingView below, and we want to measure certain point-to-point distances. This is one of my favorite tools just to quickly use. You can quickly measure point-to-points, and it will tell you how many points, what percentage, how long it took, and the volume traded within that time as well. On the top, we see the time frame. So we're currently looking at a 30-minute chart. We can easily change this to a 1 hour, a 4 hour, or a 1 day chart. We can also put on our indicators. So let's say we want to apply some simple indicators here, such as a moving average. Now you see the blue line is on the chart, and we see the MA moving average has been added to the platform there. What we can do within this, we can double click in, and we can change the way it looks for ourselves. We can change whether we want to be looking at the 9-day moving average or the 10-day moving average, for example, or even something a bit further like a 50-day moving average. And when we're happy with it, simply click OK, and we're all good there. Should you wish to get rid of the indicator, you simply click the X here, and it will remove itself from your view. When you're happy with a layout that you want to come back to repeatedly, let's say we're only dealing with candlesticks, we can quickly save the layout here. We can call it candlesticks. Save that. And then when we have another list, we'll be able to manage the layouts in there. We can also rename it, make another copy, or preload a layout. On the right-hand side of the platform, we have some other features here. This is where you'll get your important notifications about the expiry of futures contracts, among other things. And you can also see a news feed that can open stories from the ActivTrades library on current events. As you'll see, there's quite a lot coming through. These are all just in the afternoon today. Finally, to round off the basics of the platform, we can go back to the top right. This icon is for our personal profile. So we'll be able to see our account name here, our account information, a link to our personal area, the settings for the platform, our deposit and withdrawal options, and also different help and support options, like a link to the help center, a way of issuing a request for a live chat, where you'll be linked with an agent. We offer a 24/5 service throughout the week. A call me back basically sends a note to an agent like myself, basis your relevant desk. If you're English, it'll go to me or the English team. If you're dealing in Portuguese or another language, it will go to that team, and we'll call you back as soon as possible. You can also give us feedback if there's something that you're not happy with on the platform, or that you want to see, maybe even a stop request. You can fill out this form and it will come back to the team as well. So let's go through these options. So if we look first at the settings on the account, we can turn on and off trade confirmations if that annoys you. We can also change the appearance of the platform. Let's say that the dark layout isn't very good for your eyes. This is very common. And now we're looking at a platform that may be a bit more pleasable to your eyes. You can zoom in if you are unable to see the text very clearly. You can zoom in further, 150%. We can also zoom out if you're farsighted. You can change the language. Let's say that you've signed up in English because we don't have a desk that caters to your specific language. It may still be possible to switch within the platform down here. We can use all sorts of options to instantly translate the platform into something that you're more comfortable with if you'd prefer not to see it in English. There's also some features below that will show you a tutorial on 2 different types of order that are specific to ActivTrades, which include the progressive trailing stop and also the pullback entry method. If you're interested on either of those, we do have separate videos on our YouTube channel that walk you through how to use it. I won't go through it now. From the account information section, we can switch to our other accounts if we have them. I have a couple of demo accounts here, as well as a different live account if I wish to use different strategies. We can go to our personal area, which I'll show you now, is where we can administrate certain actions from our ActivTrades accounts. So we can see an overview already of the account section. Let's say I want to see all of my accounts here. This is where you can come to manage your access. Let's say at the start of the application, you didn't realize that you would need access to shares, but then we do need access. You can come here. I already have access to European and US shares. We can simply click on Manage Shares CFDs, and we're able to say if we want to change the level of access we have. On specific accounts, you can also opt to make transfers to your other accounts, and you can do this instantly. Let's say I want to do this from my first ActivTrader account to my second ActivTrader account. We want to transfer across £100 or something like this. If you're not comfortable with the level of leverage that you're using, you can come to the Change Leverage section. You can select one of your accounts here, and you can opt to make your leverage less. Let's say we want to change it to 5:1. Simply click Proceed, submit our request, and our leverage has been changed on the account. You can also find your statements within this section, request to open an additional account. Let's say we're trading on ActivTrader, but we decide that we also would like an MT4 or MT5 account to run alongside. You can quickly request one, and one of our new accounts team will get onto that. Transactions is where you can make your deposits, withdrawals, and also inter-account transfers. And below is where we can open and manage our demo accounts. Should you have a MetaTrader 4 or 5 account and wish to open it from the browser, you can actually do this from the link to the platform section. This is where we can access our ActivTrader accounts, and we can also use the web platform for MT4 and MT5 if we don't have it downloaded. We can also download for Windows or Mac, depending on what you're looking for. Finally, there's links in the insight section to more helpful webinars like this today, as well as webinars run by our professional experts, and also the news and analysis section, which we pointed out earlier. Thank you for joining us today, and keep your eyes peeled for more exciting and useful webinars from ActivTrades. Thank you for joining, and if you have any questions for us, feel free to call in or email the team if you'd like some further information. Thank you very much.